Don't know. A brush.
Okay.
Okay, so this is supposed to be like the first podcast and stuff like that. And I don't even know what you're doing, but everyone have a podcast. We're thinking, why don't we have one too? I mean, not like we're trying to copy people or something, but I mean,
we're original.
Yeah.
Original. We're doing like a original something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing new under the sun.
The first man that came up with, like, say, travel or something is like saying people travel, and I was the first one to travel. Like, man, you can't have a patent on that.
Exactly. Like, so I'm the only one who can travel now.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So, anyways, it's a podcast. It's not a podcast. It's a talk show. It's not a talk show. What is this?
I mean, it's a show. This is the show. This is a show of two, amazing human beings, like traveling all around Europe. I mean, having a look at Europe, and then we're doing somewhere in Europe. We're probably gonna disclose the location or not.
Are we sure this is Europe? This country that we are in, is this Europe? Because I don't think they're gonna classify this country as Europe. It's
right now, it's close to European countries, so.
I mean, there's this fact. I met this. Let me start with this random story. I met this girl, and she was Slovak, a Slovak girl.
Okay.
And then
okay.
I don't know why she said that question to me, but I was with her, and then she was like, "Have you ever been with a white girl? Have you been with a white girl before?"
She tried to throw shades on.
I don't know what that even means. Like, have you ever gone on a date with a white girl? And then I was like, okay, what do you mean by a white girl? She said, no, please don't even mention Turkish. I was like, whoa, shots fired.
Whoa,
shots fired.
Like, that's haram. I'm allowed to say this word.
Shots fired. So back to the point of the country we are in. We're in Turkey.
Yeah.
So would you like say Turkey is Europe?
Well, as far as my knowledge goes, what I know is like Turkey is a split between European side and the Asian side. So right now we're in the European side. So if it's in the European side, as they say, this is the European side, then we're in Europe. Yeah, we're in Europe.
Okay, good. I get what you mean. So,
we're
currently on the European side of Turkey.
Side of Turkey.
So we're in Europe right now.
Exactly. Okay. From the other side, like is Asia.
Okay.
And you literally travel from Asia to Europe. Like we do this. Like
I did travel though. I did travel because where I'm coming from, it took me like 2-3 hours to get here. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the things people don't realize how big this country is. Like even just Istanbul is so big. And then you see different types of like people and skin colors. I'm still going back to this white thing. Like, why wouldn't someone classify the Turkish people as white?
I guess there's a criteria for that. Maybe you have to
have blue eyes.
I don't think we Europeans have blue eyes.
There are black people with blue eyes, like they're not surely black people with like natural blue eyes.
I think it has to go with the ancestry, maybe where they are from originally. So maybe Turkish people have this more of Asian and their blood dates. I don't really have the history of Turkish people on my head, but I think that being white and not being white goes back to the history of your forefathers and stuff.
What color is Asian people in the first place? Like, what's color? Like, for me, I get
what you mean, though.
If I see your skin color is like not black,
light, not light, you're white or something.
Not even light, like you're white.
You're white. I get what you mean.
White.
Yeah. Growing up back, I'm just gonna say that growing up back in Nigeria, and it's always been like if you see an Asian, you see someone from funny enough from Egypt.
Egyptians are like most of North Africans, like
Yeah, we say, they're white people.
I never knew there were black people in North Africa until I met like a couple of like North African friends. I have a friend who's Moroccan, and she's like same color as me. And I was like, "How are you North African?" And she's like, "Nah, there's an area in North Africa, some countries like Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria. There are like black people there. Now skin color, bro, like."
Yeah,
skin color is not race, right? There's race and then there's color.
Skin color, yeah. But yeah, that's true. But sometimes, or most of the time, people like mix the two. The black race, usually that's the common race. The black race.
I don't agree. Black is a race. I think African, like African roots, like African is a race.
The African race.
Or am I wrong? Like,
so okay. I think one of the words I usually hear most of the times, is the black race. So classifying every black person into a particular race, which is the, well, we could say if we use that, then it means Asians are white.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because the skin color, like when you look at, even I met a couple of Indonesian people. They all have different skin types,
skin tones.
Like,
yeah.
Like there's one who I met, like she's like truly like brown, like glowy brown, and then there's one that looks like white, like a Chinese. So like, are they white? Is that their race?
I mean, I rarely choose to see color, but when I say this,
that's the color blind.
No, not because I'm no. I'm gonna make a statement here. I'm gonna make a statement here. The thing is, when I say I choose not to see color, a lot of people would say it comes from a place of being oppressed.
Oh,
because it's always like when people say, "Oh, black people cannot be racist." Why? Because we don't have the luxury to be racist.
Like this statement I saw, like the oppressed cannot be the oppressor.
Yeah,
it can never be the ones oppressing.
But it's possible. It's possible. But generally, you feel like, oh, the oppressed cannot be the oppressor, right? Oh, black people cannot be racist. So black people don't see color because they don't have the luxury to see color.
Yeah. Like, it's like the one with the more power. Like at that moment, like the one with more power, you
would be the one, to decide. Oh yeah, you're black. Oh no, you're white. You're this.
And it's like and this even like happens to me. When somebody says there's a, how do we call it? There's an abuse in a home, right?
Yeah.
I automatically would think it's the man who's abusing the woman. You understand?
Yeah, exactly.
But sometimes you hear the story and it's like a woman abusing a man.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, so it's like the one who has more strength, who's considered like as powerful, can never be the one who is like,
on the receiving end.
Of being racist or being abused.
Yeah. Okay, I don't care between white and black. And you don't care because, man, you're always oppressed all your life. You don't care.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, so maybe I shouldn't say I don't see color, but generally for me, I don't see color. I don't see tribe. I don't see because back home in Nigeria, we have this tribal war. There's the Igbos, there's the Hausas, the Yorubas, and there's always this. Oh, I don't like Igbo people. People are this. I don't like Yorubas are this. Always this clash, tension between that. But growing up, from my background, my family, my father told us never to see these things. Treat everyone as they are. If it's Yoruba, relate with them the way they are. Don't see their tribe, don't see their culture, don't see all of that. So that also took my mindset into the white and black thing, color. I don't see that as well. So it just, everyone is the same to me. I relate with everybody the way they relate with me. So I don't see, maybe he's white, maybe he's going to do this. Maybe he's from South Africa, or maybe he's from Ghana.
Yeah, so he's going to behave like this. That thing is always there when the majority of people already have some notion in their head when they meet a certain type of person. I was seeing on TikTok where they were talking about Black Americans and Africans. Like, there's kind of like a
weird comparison.
Weird thing. Like, they're like, the Black Americans were saying this, for some reason, Africans kind of hate Black Americans, like maybe hate is too strong.
I was thinking it's the other way around.
Them.
I was thinking it's the other way around.
And then the Africans was also saying it was like, because I always when I see a video, I just go into the comment section and I was saying like the back and forth, like, how is it that like Black Americans do not see that Africans support them as like their brothers? And then how is it that like, Africans are also feeling like these Black Americans, they kind of feel like they're on top because they're in a good.
Yeah, they're in a good.
And
I get it.
I feel like most of them, or some of them, don't even want to associate with being African. They like really want to go with the American, nationality, like be patriotic as American, and never really appreciate their African roots.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I'm gonna. This may be a bit controversial, but I'm gonna say something. I feel like all of these things people say I don't want to associate with being African. I don't want to associate with being some certain part of the world. I think it comes because of the stereotype that a certain part of the world has given to certain people, right? Right now there is a wave of Afrobeats, right?
Yeah,
Africa is being celebrated now. Everyone say, "Oh, let's go back to the motherland." Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, some people are now trying to join the join
there's
the
a trend
movement.
There's a rave now.
Yeah, Burna Boy said this when he was talking about there was a time that it wasn't even cool to be dark skinned or to be black. Like everybody, even in Africa, if you're light skinned, it's you look good. If you're dark or you're black, we don't want to. It's not
deny
cool.
That. Yes.
But now it's cool now because of Afrobeats, because of the influence that we have in as from this music side.
Yeah.
And I'm a music person. I've been doing music, and at some point, this is my own personal experience, right? I feel like I wanted to do something like R&B and hip hop. That's why I was always thinking hey, I'm gonna be the first African kind of person to really blow up with R&B style with a fusion of African thing, Ghanaian thing. Yeah. And then, Afrobeat starts popping, and automatically when I go in the studio, I find myself trying to associate this is a long time ago. I always felt true to myself, but then I'm it's really cool now to be part of Afrobeats and African type of thing. So people are joining in,
Yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to stand out, to just do your own thing. And when the whole world around you, everyone is speaking bad of you, and then you say, of course, yeah, I appreciate who I am. I love the person that I am. I'm not the best person that I am now, but I appreciate that person that I am, and sticking to your guts and saying, this is who I am, right? And I think that's what changed everything about the whole African and Afrobeat movement. And maybe I'm going to use, I think I've discussed this before, I'm going to use Nigeria as an example. So back then, growing up in Nigeria, if you go to clubs, Usher, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Beyonce, the likes of Mary J. Blige, and the clubs, bangers. Then it got to a point, we had this minister in Nigeria, I've forgotten the name, was it Obieze Kwesili or Okonjo-Iweala? She began to push forward being proud of being Nigerian, right? So we coined this adage called the Niger spirit, right? Okay. And then everyone became this. You go to clubs, Nigerian clubs became 50-50. Nigerian music, foreign music. Yeah. And then he began to promote this, I'm Niger, I'm proud of being Niger. So I think that being comfortable with being yourself makes someone else appreciate you too.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that someone says you're Nigerian or you're Kenyan or you're from Malawi or from Pakistan or you're from India and you're not ashamed of being from India, you're not saying, oh, no, I'm not Indian. You're proud. Yes, I'm Indian. So what? Right? Yeah. That makes that person appreciate the person that you were and accept you for who you were.
That's true. That's true.
But I think if you're able to, if you're always shying away from it, I don't think. No. Now you go to Nigerian clubs, you won't hear no foreign songs.
I'm telling you,
it's Nigerian songs. Even
other African songs find it very hard to penetrate into Nigerian media.
Yeah.
In Ghana, I think 4 years ago, it was literally a topic. It's we were playing so much foreign songs as well, like Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, and things. And then from there, it's Nigerian music. There's a lot of Nigerian music in Ghana. So it's then where is our music? Because first of all, the country is a small country, So if we are not doing this same type of thing, like the Niger spirit, doing the Ghana spirit, then we will get lost. Our sound, everything is going to get lost. This was happening. And for a while, they were talking about pushing an agenda, 70% local music, 30%, but it's so hard, like to join to the point you're saying, so hard to penetrate into the Nigerian like media because of that spirit that they have. Like, let's be proud of who we are. Let's enjoy what we are doing. Let's improve on it too. Because the more you're like, I'm proud of this, I love it, I will do it. Then you have the mentality, let me make it like very acceptable and accessible to people.
Yes.
So then there's the whole agenda movement where they are making shows in different countries, like intentionally. Talk about like recently, Nigerian Music Awards was hosted in a different country. I think it was hosted in America.
Yeah, I think we've done in South Africa. I think we've done in the US. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so
I think the hip hop music award, I guess, in Nigerian hip hop music.
No, the head is itself.
Yeah, the head is yes. It's called.
So you can see the whole agenda. Like, we love it. We want it with the Niger spirit. So we are bringing it to you. Instead of doing it because they can do it like in Nigeria, but why would you go to another country to go and do it? To make them know like this is we love this, and it's amazing.
Yeah, so I think if we want to go back to that skin color thing, is the fact that people were afraid of being black. People are afraid of being labeled black.
It's like they had this self-doubt.
Yes, they had this inferiority complex. Yeah. So being black seems like you're lesser than yourself. Oh, you're not a real human, like stuff like that. So that made people afraid of associating with being black, right? So the black the black Americans who became, we are black Americans. What do you mean by black Americans?
That thing, some Africans, like when they are kind of like mixed a little bit, like 10%, 15%, like like they just want to make like, I'm half Chinese, I'm half, from London, half American. Like they try to add something
just trying to remove that heritage of being from Africa. And it's just silly. It's just silly. It's silly.
Why would you want to put that into a statement? Yeah, we fine. That's who you are. You're mixed, fine. But they are very proud of being mixed. The other side of being mixed rather than like that. Yeah, I'm African. Like, I really appreciate the fact that I'm African. I'm confident in being African, and I love the other side too.
I think it's always been that thing, just being comfortable with who you are. I am black and I'm proud. I am Pakistani and I'm proud. I'm Indian and I'm proud. I'm calling these countries because I know like a lot of discrimination happens with these people. I am Syrian. Syrian. I am proud of being Syrian.
People automatically like discriminate against,
Like I hear there's a time I used to teach in Turkey. I used to teach like English, and then back then when I use examples of people and then I mentioned Syrians, all the students are like, oh no, we don't like Syrians. So Syrians became a thing of a stereotype, like it's a bad thing. The name Syria became like a taboo, like something like. But I looked at my students, I'm like, these are humans, like you and I. They have blood in them, running in them. So what do you mean by Syrians are this? You hate Syrians. What do you mean by hating Syrians? If someone would say, I hate Turkish too, would you like that?
And probably most of them have not even met like Syrians, like having associated with
they've
them.
Not met
they
even
just
one.
Heard, I cannot understand that anyway, and I cannot condone that, like it's directly stereotyping. But when you hear of news, somewhere you hear of news, and then there's a tag around, they mention a certain type of tag, that's what gets people to have this automatic feeling or this automatic thing about other races, right? It's like Syrian, blah blah blah.
You have someone Syrian, blah blah. That's why you're laughing. One guy is just laughing over there.
Yeah. Hello guys. Hello, bro.
Yeah, you doing, man?
You're doing great. That's nice. Yeah.
I don't understand to come on the ice. He said, I want to bet.
Man City or Manchester United.
Man United fan, man.
So you think Manchester?
match.
You think Man United is gonna win?
Yes.
Why are you laughing, bro? Like, why are you laughing, bro? Okay, so what's happening here
Manchester
right now?
City.
Yeah.
Wait, they have this hour shooting like this. I don't know when we're going to post this, obviously.
Okay.
But like Manchester City, it's a Manchester derby, actually, of course.
Okay.
I'm a United fan as well, So like, fuck all Manchester United fans. Like, fuck all of Manchester United fans. Manchester City.
Man.
Sorry.
Onana has gained his courage. he has gained discouraged with that penalty. There's no way that guy is going to concede.
And even Harry
So
Maguire.
Onana is gonna like. It's like you're gonna like keep a clean sheet against Manchester City.
Clean sheet. Maguire is gonna even like Maguire is like has been man of the match twice.
Yeah.
Has got his confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So this match
is... I love how Manchester United fans always feel like they have a chance. They stand a chance again.
No, but when it comes to Manchester derby, like Manchester United can be playing shit.
Last season we did that. Yeah. We won.
We had a lot of terrible results, but we
beat City.
City. So when it comes to derbies, it's kind of different. Like we play with a different kind of blood and mindset.
Okay.
And
So what's the prediction?
Prediction is that I gave a prediction.
So Manchester City against Manchester United, who's gonna win?
I cannot give goals prediction, but all I know is, the most Manchester City will score will be 1, and we are going to win. Like that's the most because we are keeping a clean sheet. We got Onana. We're keeping a clean sheet. Okay.
Okay.
And the most Manchester City will score is gonna be 1, and we're going to win. That's
okay, all right. Let's, if wishes were horses, everyone would say whatever it is they want, and then they would just fly on them.
Listen, man, it's amazing. It's amazing. And
all right.
I wanna, because before this whole topic came in, I was thinking about this. It just came into my mind. Sometimes my thought is very random. I was like, I'm just remembering how even women are associated with different kinds of races,
Women are what?
Women.
Women are what?
How they associate with different type of races.
That's a controversial
one. Like the priority, yes, I do understand. The attention.
I do understand.
Men and women, we are all trying to, get attention from the other one, right? But the attention that they give to certain race.
But don't you think that is related to certain people, certain women from certain countries, because their country is not doing quite good, so they're looking to escape and run away to find a better life somewhere else?
You can say that, but don't also forget there are other races who are looking for other races because of their athletic capabilities in the room.
Holy guacamole!
Athletic capabilities in the bedroom.
The BBCs.
Yes.
And the CNN. I need to put CNN there so people don't say something else.
Yeah, and I think, should we say that people, what is the word? Like when somebody wants you just for something.
Your race. There's
for
something called that. I Googled that a few days ago. You know what? Hold on. I think I have something like that. When you like someone just because of their race, especially when you're African. My friend and I were saying something similar like that. I need to check my phone. I think I searched it on ChatGPT.
You did a research on ChatGPT?
I did it because my friend, she's African, and she was saying that certain guys just chat her up because she's black, and that some people just have that fantasy of being with a black girl and all of that.
Yes. Well, like the fantasy part, but I wouldn't complain about somebody fantasizing about being with me. I just complain about the person only being with me for that. Like that's the only thing, right? Fine, you fantasize about being with the person, and it can bring in a lot of attention to you, and human beings. As we get attention, we are all happy about it. Like they're happy about happy about getting the attention. But then you realize oh, this is what you just wanted to get, and then you go.
Okay.
You just get that fantasy out of your way, and then you're gone. And that hurts when you're looking for something more.
Okay.
That hurts when you're looking for something more. Man.
Okay, I'm trying to find that stuff.
Well, as he's trying to find it, maybe I can bless you guys with some vocals, because
Oh, here we go. We got vocals online now. Oh, here we go.
But I'm about to finish some new projects, so everybody watching, you should.
Okay, I found it. It's called racial fetishization.
Oh, racial fetishization.
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 Yeah, racial fetishization. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the phenomenon of you wanting to date an African girl just because she's black.
So, like, what can you read it? What's the findings?
It occurs when someone is primarily attracted to another person solely or predominantly because of their race or ethnicity, reducing that individual to a racial stereotype rather than appreciating them for their personality, character, or other qualities. This is generally considered objectifying and dehumanizing. And it's important to promote relationships based on genuine connections and mutual respect rather than superficial factors like skin color. So, for those of you who just date African girls because they're black, or date African guys because you're black, or you want to fulfill your fantasy, you're going to hell.
They're not going to hell. Like, I mean, they're not going to hell.
Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just kidding. Come on, I'm just kidding. I just meant to say you're wrong. You're wrong.
But like,
you're wrong.
know, so that's something that I'm just.
So yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're going to say something about that. I think something naughty is about to come out of you, but
no, not anything naughty, but okay. Like it's the point where, like, as a guy, right, if you're having this type of attention, racial fantasizing, like some point you feel you really enjoy it for a while, you really, from experience I'm talking about this, like, enjoy it for a while, and sometimes you mislead yourself, and the person is just in there for the fun and for your body and for your skin color and doesn't even respect you. Imagine dating someone and the person doesn't even respect you, doesn't respect your race, but the person has a fantasy having you,
I get
this
that.
is like very, very sickening. Like, it's not acceptable. I think it's very, can I say superficial? Like, it's not even right.
Yeah, the person doesn't love you for who you are, but the person loves you for your physicality, your physical prowess, your appearance, your skin color, but not the inner you, not your character, not the way you show your affection, but because of superficial, basically.
Superficial. That's messed up.
So, do you know someone that has...
And now...
Have you known someone that has been there before?
We're going for a commercial break.
A commercial break?